Okay, this is going to be a short video. We're at the bottom of page 7. I already typed out the theorem for you. It says if 3 or more parallel lines, so we have here 3 parallel lines, and we know they're parallel because the arrow in between, written on each line, if 3 parallel lines cut off congruent segments on one transversal, so that's what these markings are. This transversal has been cut into 2 congruent pieces between the parallel lines. Then they cut off congruent segments on every transversal. So what that means, since these two are parallel, since these two are congruent, it means these over here must also be congruent. It doesn't say that BD and AC are the same. It just says BD and DF have to be the same. So I'm going to put 2 markings on those. Okay? So if you cut off congruent pieces on one transversal, anytime you have a transversal going through those lines, it'll cut off congruent pieces. Okay? So on the next page are some practice problems. I want you to try these 3. So pause your video and then come back when you've tried them. Okay, so this says your classmate says that QV is 10. So your classmate sees this part's 5, so this part must also be 5, so the whole thing is 10. Explain why the statement may not be correct. Okay, so we're supposed to put a check if it's given as some information we can assume to be true, or an X if I am not given that information. So 3 lines cut by 2 transversals. That's true. These 3 horizontal lines have 2 transversals going through them, so that one is true. Next one says 3 parallel lines cut by 2 transversals. There are no parallel markings on these lines. They don't have any arrows on them in the middle of the line. So this one is not given to us. Congruent segments on one transversal. That did happen over here. They marked that those 2 are congruent. Okay, so what needs to be true for QV to equal 10? It's this piece right here. We need to have 3 parallel lines. So we need PQ to be parallel to RS, and we need RS to be parallel to TV. So all the lines are parallel. Okay, so explain why your classmate's statement may not be correct. It's because the lines aren't marked as parallel. I'm going to put we can't assume. It is correct. Unless the lines are parallel.